Hi everybody, I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter and I'm here with my lovely sister Sophie. Hey Sophie.
Hi everyone.
I hope you're doing well. We're here today to do the astrological and tarot predictions for all 12 signs for the new astrological year, which starts on March 20th when the sun is going to move into the sign of Aries. So at first we thought we were going to do the whole year for the new astrological year, sign by sign, but then there's so much content in that year. So we thought we would do the first part only in this video. So the first part, meaning the two first eclipses of the astrological year 2022-2023. So we're going to go over those two eclipses for you because eclipses mean big life changes, big fated changes. So we're going to go first the general read for the collective, and then we're going to go sign by sign with astrology and tarot. So first of all, the sun moves into Aries on March 20th. So that means this is the real beginning of the new year. So you're going to feel a lot more energy, a lot more vitality to start new projects. This is the first sign of the 12 sign of the zodiac. So this is the real new year that we're supposed to celebrate. This is not on January 1st, according to the astrology. So this is really a time of rebirth, and it coincides with the spring equinox for Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, is going to be the other equinox, so the fall equinox. So this is a great time to birth new idea, new projects, new energy, to revive your home, revive your body, revive your routines. So we're going to go sign by sign. And it coincides, yes, with the equinox. And in the pagan tradition, it is called Ostara. So it's the pagan version of Easter, if you wish. So all egg symbology, rebirth symbology is going to be used in that pagan tradition. So this is really an important time in order to set intentions for the new year, the real new year in astrology. And we have this amazing conjunction on April 12 with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is truly like dreams come true conjunctions. So for all spiritual people, this is going to be a great, great, great energy. This is an awakening energy as well. And the ancients used to say that this is a triple manifestation power when two rulers are in their own sign. So which is the case with Jupiter and Neptune being in their home sign of Pisces. So it's going to be a great manifestation power in your chart. So you can look up where Pisces fall, but we're going to go over sign by sign. So before we do, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel. So let us know in the comments if you like us doing videos in English, and we'll try to do some more and to be regular as well. So we have lots of ideas of content we're going to add to the channel. So thank you for your support. We appreciate. And just before we begin, if you wish to order your personalized birth chart, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. And you can choose the birth chart in the color of your choice. And also, if you wish to book a tarot consultation with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com as well. And I think she's booked until the end of April, but there might be a few spots left. So hurry up if you want to book with her. So
yes, and also we just add these new service of priority booking,
yeah,
because it's about 2 months waiting right now, if I'm correct. So the priority booking is 30 minutes, but it allow you to have quicker appointments. So I think, if I'm correct, it's the same week. Even sometimes if you're fast enough, it could be the next day. So it's 30 minutes, it's priority booking. So look for it online at maisonjupiter.com.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. So do you think we can pull some oracle cards for this new astrological year? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Before we do that, you mentioned that the eggs and the symbology is the new year. So the eggs is the fertility, and the bunnies that we have in Easter is also the symbology of new beginnings because it's the
Exactly.
fertility. So it's really powerful. I love it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, we know the Catholic, how do we say
church.
that? No, I wanted to say Catholic rituals. They were based on pagan rituals. So Easter was based on Ostara, which is the older pagan rituals. So all the eggs, the bunnies, all this symbology was took
You
from,
yeah.
yeah, used from this original pagan tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we want one card.
I'm very excited about this new energy for the new year. I think there's going to be great manifestation.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Oh, okay. So it just flew. Oh, I love it. It's party. We have the
Wow.
card of party.
Oh, wow.
Not only party, but I just remember that we have on this card social. So this is a brand new energy because since 2020 we have a lot of less of social opportunities and parties also. So for me it symbolized two things. It symbolized first that this is a great time, this is a great year, so a lot to celebrate, not just parties as gathering of people, but also celebration first and fun and joy. So lighter energy for me, and also social. So it's something that will be there for the whole year. So I love it.
Cool. And I just want to mention here, I think we're going through a special kind of time period because at the same time, there's the old world that's kind of dying off. And at the same time, we're on a different timeline. So we're like in between or living on two simultaneous timelines, I feel. And the other one is building the new world, this new reality that we want to co-create. So yes, there's going to be new energies, rebirth of energies, like a manifestation power to create whatever you want to create moving on. But also there's going to be things that we need to let go in order to move on to this new reality. So I think we're going to face this mix of letting go of old stuff, which is going to be harder, of course, and also co-creating the future. So I think there's going to be lots of things that we can celebrate, lots of things we can be happy about with this celebration card for the new year. I love it. But also I say that because there's a lot of energy in the sign of Pisces still for the new year. So Pisces is the last of the 12 signs. It talks about letting go. It talks about more of our spiritual development than the material one. So it's more like if you wish, after the physical body dies, the soul goes back to source. So it's the energy of Pisces, so merging back into one. So but in the material world, it also means dissolving, so stuff dissolving, old situation dissolving. So I just want to mention that. I'm very happy about it, but also I think there's going to be a part of letting go of the old.
Well, this is a cycle of life. So
Right.
we need to embrace both parts. And I think this energy is also to keep in mind that even though we lose stuff, we need to celebrate because new things are coming and it's for the best.
I love it. And sometimes I feel like when we're in the mood to celebrate, we're like, well, I can't really celebrate because I'm not there yet. Oh, I don't have this accomplished. Like everything is not like on target. And I feel like you got a good point here because we're never going to be 100% on target and 100% accomplished in all levels. So we still need to take time off to celebrate the little wins and the bigger ones also. So
Yep.
good point.
Great.
Okay, so moving on to eclipses. So yeah, there's going to be 4 eclipses in 2022. And why are we talking about eclipses? Because these are the bringers of big change. These are the bringers of fated change because they are new moons and full moons, but they are close to the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes are associated with collective karma. So every time we have either a new moon or a full moon close to the lunar nodes, yes, it's an eclipse, but it also talks about collective changes, big collective changes, and as well personal changes in our lives. So every time there is a what we call the eclipse season, because they come in pairs. So we're gonna have one on April 30th and May 16th following the April 30th. So they're always at 2 weeks separating each other. So that's going to be our first eclipse season of the year. And then the other one is going to be, let me check the dates, October 25th and November 8th. So we're going to talk about these ones in another video. So every time we have eclipses, so it means there is going to be changes in the society, but also in your personal life. So you can look up every time there's going to be a big change in your life, let's say change of work, change of home, new relationship, weddings, new kids, the birth of new souls. These always, or I would say very often, coincides with eclipses because they are big fated changes. So when we're talking about predictions for the year, I think the most important things we can look at is eclipses, because they talk about this cycle of transformation that is going to be asked of us by the universe. So we can look up the houses in which they fall in our personal birth chart. So that depends on your rising sign. And you're going to know what's the axis of signs that going to ask changes from you in your personal life. And this axis is going to be set for 18 months, so a year and a half. At the nose of the moon just moved into the Taurus and Scorpio axis on January 18, and they're going to stay there until mid 2023. So Scorpio and Taurus, wherever they fall in your birth chart, that's the axis along which you're going to have eclipses for 1 year and a half in your personal birth chart. So if they fall, for say, in financial houses, it means that you're going to be asked by the universe to transform your finances, all aspects of your finances during those 1 year and a half, 18 months. So we're going to go, of course, sign by sign in just a bit. But I just wanted to make sure everybody understands how important eclipses are. So we say often that it's new moons and full moon on steroids. So they're like 3 times more powerful than regular new moons and full moons. Yeah, I said that. So oh yeah, and the orb of influence is about a month before the actual date of the eclipse and about 6 months after the actual date of the eclipse. So right now, as we're filming this, we're already in this orb of influence of the eclipse season that we're going to have late April and mid-May. So a month before, so you can already see what's coming up for change in your personal life. And it's going to come to a peak of energy on the date, but you cannot really expect to have something big happening, let's say on the day of, but on the days around, for sure, you're going to feel something. So the first pair of eclipse, so the first one I said April 30th, this is going to be a new moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So the nodes of the moon shifted in the sign, in the axis of Taurus, Scorpio, mid-January. So this is our financial axis, but this is also a relationship axis because we talk with Taurus and Scorpio about exchange of energy. So Taurus is more of the sensual sign, and Scorpio is more of the sexual sign. So it talks about intimacy. So we have, it talks about like finance, because this is also an exchange of energy, money. So how you invest your money, how you gain money from the type of work that you're doing, but also the way the energy flows in your relationships. So this is the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. So the first one is a new moon. So we're going to open a new cycle with this new moon eclipse, a big new cycle that's going to be at least for 6 months after this date. So this is an important new cycle, and it's conjunct to the planets Uranus and the North Node. So it's gonna talk about surprises, because every time
Mhm.
we have our friend Uranus, and yes, I know about it because I had to move in the last year and a half with my friend Uranus that was inspecting my chart. So there's lots of surprises with Uranus. You never know what to expect. So Uranus and the North Node. So it talks about the future. So at that time, you're going to be planting seeds for the long term, for your future foundations, because it's in Taurus. So how can you make more money? How can you be more stable financially? It talks about those kind of things. Uh, and with Uranus, as I said, you can expect something like a surprise, something that's unexpected, because you never know, what to expect with Uranus. And the eclipse ruler, which is Venus, because it's in the sign of Taurus, is in conjunction with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is a really good new moon eclipse for collective awakening. This is going to emphasize a lot spirituality, awakening on a really large scale. There's really good aspects about this new moon eclipse. I really like it. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this
Sure.
collective energy?
So with that, can we expect that some truth is coming out because we have Uranus and we have some awakening?
It could be, but I'm thinking maybe more during the next one, since it's a full moon in Scorpio, and there's lots of aspects about revealing stuff. So
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe more the next one, but yeah, it could be some kind of surprise. Yes, for sure.
So I have two cards that flew out of the deck, so I have to take them both. I have Destruction of the Old, and I have Try New Things
Oh,
and Travel. So it's very good because we need travel. Please
yeah,
bring back travel.
yes, yes.
And yeah, Destruction of the Old and Trying New Things makes a lot of sense with a new moon.
But also, this eclipse, I forgot to say, is really close to this big conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces that we have exact on April 12th. It's still an orb during this eclipse. And it really talks about facilitating this traveling abroad, because Jupiter is the international planet, and Neptune talks about going on a faraway place. So that's a really good alignment for that. And I think, yeah, it really makes sense with the astrology as well.
Great, great, amazing.
So you said, what do you say? Surprise, the second card? No,
No, it's Destruction and Trying New Things and Travel.
trying new things. Yes, we're gonna talk about trying new things for every sign. And destruction, yeah, I kind of expected that because of this old world that's going to die on a fast forward speed. Yeah, with Uranus. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. So moving on to the second eclipse of this first pair of 2022. So it's going to be on May 16th, so just 2 weeks after the first one. It's going to be a full moon eclipse in Scorpio at 25 degrees exactly of Scorpio. And every time we have a full moon eclipse, it closes a cycle. So it brings the energy to a really high culmination peak, but also it allows us to reap the rewards of a cycle and to close it. It's more of a letting go type of energy. And this one is conjunct the South Node, which also talks about letting go of the old. So this one is a lot about healing and releasing old wounds, because we're talking about Scorpio too, which is the sign of healing and
And
doing I'm sorry.
Scorpio is also that. So
Yeah.
that in finishing some cycle and then restarting something.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like the first eclipse is going to be more of planting seeds. I'm not sure if we're going to see results just yet because it is a new moon. But this one is going to ask us to really release what's blocking us from going into this new chapter. So But I do like this full moon, even if it's in Scorpio. An eclipse in Scorpio is going to feel very intense because a full moon is intense.
Yeah.
Imagine a full moon on steroids and the sign of Scorpio and the sign of intensity. Oh, hello.
Hello. She wanted to say hi. Sorry about this.
Hi, Sam. So yeah, I think this one is going to feel very emotional, and even more from people who still have, well, we all still have things to heal, but if you've been working on yourself, I think it's going to feel easier. If you've tried to sweep it under the rug for a few years, this one is going to be a hard one, because all the feelings are going to come up. Full moon, that's what it does. It brings to the light everything that's been hidden before. Scorpio is like those deep traumas and wounds. So it can most likely bring those up. So if you've done some work on yourself before, it's going to be, I think, a good eclipse to just let go and move on.
Yeah.
There's really good alignments with that eclipse. I think I like it. Yeah, it's going to be an intense one, but I think I like it because you know what? It sextiles Pluto, which is one of the two rulers of this eclipse, and it trines Mars, which is the other ruler of this eclipse. So it's really good aspects to both rulers of this eclipse. It really allows us, it's going to be easier to let go of old things that no longer serves us. So I think this is going to be a really good time to maybe write down some stuff you would like to let go, that's been blocking you before, more psychologically or emotionally. And also we got Chiron and Venus conjuncting in the sign of Aries at that time. So really healing childhood wounds, healing the divine feminine, healing the divine masculine, because it's in Aries, but it's also Venus. So for everybody that's willing to transform, it's going to be a good time to do so. And it's going to feel a lot easier to do so.
So it
And
would be
just
a
like,
good time. Oh, sorry. Would
oh,
you like
I just
to?
wanted to say this is the first eclipse and Scorpio since October 2014. So you can think about what's been going on in your life at the end of 2014, what's been transforming back then. You could maybe see some similar themes coming up during this full moon in Scorpio.
Yeah. So everything that will go out of your life is not meant to stay. So it's something that you outgrown and it's time to leave behind. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board. Sorry, I lose my voice. I work too much. Okay, so sorry about that. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board before those eclipses to see where you are at this current time in your life, what is your focus and what you want. And I'm pretty sure that what will leave your life will not be in that vision board, meaning that you're where you are, where you want to be leading. I think it's somewhere else that what will leave your life. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this second eclipse?
Sure. Okay. We have rekindle the flame, effort, and compromise.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think this is going to be, as I said in the beginning, it's yes, it's the financial axis, but it's also a relationship axis because it talks about intimacy and healing our core wounds in order to connect more with each other. So yeah,
I
makes total
see another sense out of it. I see that rekindle the flame for me, it would be like a test of how much you are willing to do or sacrifice or anything in your vision to put in terms of compromise and effort in what you really want. So for me, rekindle the flame will be, yes, you want to go there, but we needed to remove this out of your life so you can have the resources to move to where you want to go.
I like it. And also rekindle the flame. It can talk about relationships, but also it can talk about your own passion for life.
Yeah.
You know, like if you've been stuck in a situation that's been blocking you from finding back your passion, your energy, your Kundalini energy. So I think And Scorpio is linked to Kundalini energy. That's creation power that we all have. So when you find that passion back, when you release yourself from situations that are not aligned with you anymore, then yeah, I like this.
I love it.
This is a great eclipse. Okay. So what do you say if we go through the 12 signs?
Sure.
So first of all, look up your rising sign. This is going to be the most accurate for your house placements. And also you can look your sun sign, and then you can check your moon sign for a more internalized energy. It's more of the emotional energy for the moon sign. So first your rising, then your sun, and third your moon. Geminis, let's see where these eclipses fall for you. So first of all, we got on April 30th, this new moon eclipse in Taurus, and that's falling in your 12th house. So let me share my screen. Yes, so April 30th. So this new moon and sun in exact conjunction, because that's a new moon. And you see here the north node and Uranus that's in a really tight conjunction with this new moon eclipse, all in your 12th house. So that's funny to have a new moon, I think, in your 12th house, because a new moon, you're starting an important new cycle on the new moon. But in your 12th house, it also means that you're releasing some old stuff. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I don't know if we could say a double controversial type of energy.
Polarity would be good.
Polarized. Yeah, thank you. So we can expect some new beginnings, but also things moving out of our lives at that moment. So 12th house is all about your inner life, your spiritual life. So this is a great new time to open up a new chapter and really look into more of your inner life, spiritual life. And that's going to be a way to really channel this energy in a positive way. Because 12th house, if you do not channel this energy in the more inner life, spiritual evolution way, it could also mean dissolution of material. So let's channel it in a more positive way. Also, 12th house, it could be meaning being in service, finding a way to support the collective evolution, help build the future world. So 12th house is all about either volunteer work or just helping out, being in service. Also, it could be doing work in your dream state, which is interesting. And I feel like a lot of Geminis are going to be doing quantum leaps in their dream state, because 12th house, it's like unconscious. So there's a lot happening, lots of fast changes happening in your life, but you're not going to be that conscious of it. So it might be in your dream state, in your inner life. It's most likely going to be something that's not going to be visible for the outer world. Also, we've got Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus in your 10th house, which is the house of career. So that's a great conjunction of 4 planets in your house of career, your house of public life, your house of work. So especially if you work in the healing industry, in the spiritual industry, which is Pisces, or faraway travel, this is going to be a good time to manifest some newness, some new endeavors, new projects, inspiration with Neptune. So this is a great conjunction. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this eclipse? For Geminis?
We have divine feminine. So with that and with the 12th house, I want you to really try to focus on your intuitive side. So it would be a great time maybe to work with your dreams, what your perceptions are bringing you as new information. Maybe take a workshop on something, because it's the 10th house. What was highlight with, I think, Jupiter, if I'm correct?
Yeah.
So
You have Jupiter, Venus, Neptune in your 10th house.
Venus there also, so divine feminine. So I would focus on maybe your gift, trying to have more, be more in tune with what is going on.
Yeah, and it's interesting you bring up the divine feminine because Taurus is linked to the divine feminine, and we have this eclipse in the sign of Taurus. And I forgot to say that another way to really channel this energy would be to connect with nature, which is also another Taurus theme that is linked to awakening the divine feminine or connecting with your divine feminine energy, regardless if you're a male or a female. So yeah, connecting with nature is going to be really important if you wish to channel this energy in the right direction too. Cool. So let's see this second eclipse for Geminis. So this is going to be on May 16. This is going to be the full moon eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, and it falls in your 6th house. So let me share this. May 16. So 2 weeks later, yeah, we're having this eclipse in Scorpio in your 6th house. And I call this one the healing and releasing old wounds and transforming eclipse. And for you in the 6th house, it talks a lot about your health and your physical body. So it's going to be a great time to heal your physical body. So you really want to make sure that you're purging out all of the, if you got addictions to anything, it could be alcohol, drugs, sugar, caffeine. It's going to be a really good time to release a bad habit or an addiction. And it's going to be a lot easier with the help of Pluto and Mars in good aspect to this eclipse to really finally let go what's not in alignment with your physical body. And also it's going to be a good time to release old illnesses, release health issues. And also 6th house is connected to your pets. So if you're having health issues with some of your pets, it could be a good time to really release those. A lot of, I think, Geminis are going to change jobs because 6th house is also related to your work, your daily routines. So lots of Geminis are going to change their routines, change their work, since we have this closure with the South Node, so dissipating energy. What do you think with the cards?
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, I would say so. Bored, get out, bad timing. Yeah, so getting out. So basically change of jobs and trying to plan for what you really want, what is makes sense for you. Also getting out, when you talk about purging, it's great time to do it because it will put everything out of your body that doesn't belong there. So think maybe what could excite you, what would bring motivation to you, because with this energy of being bored, the next thing in your life has to be something exciting for you in connection to you.
And it's interesting because I was thinking of like bad habits or addictions. And maybe in your case, when you got this board oracle card, I was thinking about maybe like, let's say the bad habit is like eating sugar late at night or eating chips. Maybe you're doing so just because you're bored. It's not because it's like you're trying to find a spark or excitement out of life in the wrong places. So I think it's going to be a good time to really realize where those patterns come from, where those bad habits, in order for you to release those, because we've got such like an amount of supporting energy to let go of bad habits, because you don't want to manifest the bad side of this eclipse in your 6th house, which could be illnesses. So we don't want that. We want to release those. So, but this eclipse got really great support in order to really let go of the problems and transform. So you just have to take action on those. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, Geminis. And if that's the case, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate your support. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.